Hi guys, welcome to the Tarotscopes for June 2024. Just as always, I'm going to go ahead and do a reading for the collective. Then we're going to focus on Gemini's card of the year, and we're going to go following through the zodiac signs in order, starting with Gemini since we're in Gemini season. All right, let's check in. Let's see what we got for the collective. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we've got all wands energy for the collective. Wands are the suit of fire and passion and spirituality and creativity and just broadly energy. So we have the 5 of wands, we have the 2 of wands, and then we have the 3 of wands. So I will say this, by the end of the month, you will be clear on what direction that you want to take. You will be clear in a direction that really feeds your solo journey, your passions, your pursuits, regardless of outside influence. It seems at the top of the month, you might have a lot of outside influence, and there might be people or energies or ideas or passions that are all vying for your attention. And it might seem sort of cluttered up there, in your mind. Then it seems like you can sort of quiet the noise and narrow your options down to a couple that feel good. One might feel like the safe choice that might keep you on the shore, and then one feels like a stretch, like a calculated leap or risk. And then it seems like by the end of the month, you will be very clear on what path to take and why. Don't prematurely choose a direction. Allow the process to unfold, allow the confusion, allow the competition for your attention. Let it settle down and then sit with the options that remain. And you're not really having to rush to make a decision. But then once it's clear towards the month's end, it's going to be really feeling like a relief and that you can see a long-term vision for yourself that feels aligned and clean and clear just for you. Now, this doesn't mean that there can't be other people with you on your journey. We just don't want you to make decisions that are overly influenced. All right, card of the year for Gemini. Let's see what we have. We have the boom, Temperance card. This is a beautiful card of healing, restoring, renewal. So it's about taking everything in stride and allowing yourself to act from a place of balance where you don't have to say no to anything. It's just like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and allowing yourself to find this equilibrium within yourself. The Gemini are the twins, right? They've got two sides. And so it's incorporating both of those sides in balance, in moderation, and not going too far in one direction. This is also a great indication that there's going to be a lot of healing taking place for you this year, and to prioritize your healing, prioritize what you need to reestablish your own sense of center in a way that still keeps you open and connected by from the heart, from your heart to other people. Looks like a really beautiful year. So if you guys have been having a rough few years, and I'm thinking back to some of the Geminis in my life, and they have had a very rough year or two, it feels like everything sorts itself out now. Now let's just see for the month of June what we've got for our Gemini friends. All right. It looks like an interesting start to the year. So let's keep in mind that lens of healing. What do we need to heal this year? Starting at the top of the month. We have the 5 of swords, we have the 4 of pentacles, and then we have this 6 of cups. So what I would say is we're going to be doing some childhood work. We're going to be looking into the past. We're going to be looking into our relationships that have been around for a really long time, how we relate to ourselves, how we relate to our past through this emotional lens. It's showing, especially if you had a path where you felt like you weren't in control, that you didn't have a lot of say, that you had to sort of grip and grasp for whatever you had or whatever you could get. And it's caused you to have sort of a more pessimistic view on life. you're going to be called to heal that now. You are not that child self. It is an aspect of you, but you are a grown up now. And we're going to be looking to you this month as the start of your healing journey for the year to establish this new sense of relating to yourself, questioning, why do I have to feel so in control? What happens when I shut down? What happens when I get critical of myself or others? And how can I notice these things and use them as signs for where I need a little bit more healing or growth or maturation? And if you can get that part of it on lock at the top of the year, you can start to heal that need for control, that places that we shut down or we clam up. It will make for a much more beautiful year to come moving forward. All right, next we have Cancer. Please be clear of Cancer. We have a similar card again. All right. Sounds like we're going to have some confusion for some of us this month. And that makes sense because when I was doing the reading for the year, there was a little bit of confusion in the beginning stages of the month. So just like with Gemini, we have the 5 of Swords, we have the 7 of Cups, and then we have the World card. So I think that you're going to be walking into this month not very clear on, well, first of all, not really feeling that great about yourself. There might be some issues that you have regarding about your thoughts or beliefs or inner conflict, and kind of confused as to what path to take, which aligns with the theme of the month for the collective. And it seems as you are evaluating your different choices as to how to move forward this month, Cancers, that there's going to be seeming some booby traps, or some of the options have too many catches. Like, oh, this looks like it could be mostly good, but not the best. And you might be tempted to sort of follow some trails that will lead to dead ends or have some, like I said, booby traps along the way. My advice to you is to not, just like the advice for the collective, don't make any rash decisions. See if you can see things through a lens of more practicality and a longer view. And instead of focusing on trying to make things that aren't working work, I want you to focus on this world card. I want to focus on what in your life is going great, even if it's just one thing, and focus on amplifying that. What corners of your life are doing great? Focus on those things, build those areas up, and let the rest of the things that aren't working out sort of work themselves out from the lack of attention. So what's showing here is if you hyper focus on what's not working, it's going to amplify, it's going to grow. And that's not what we want for Cancers. We want you guys to feel content and to acknowledge the areas of your life that are feeling like a 10 out of 10. All right, next we have Leo. Please be clear for Leo. All right, Leos. Great. So for Leos, we need to spend some time alone at the beginning of the month. We have the Hermit card, then we have the Page of Swords, and then we have the Ace of Swords. So think about this. Think about what it might be like to be more internal, especially at the top of this month, and sort of review what the past season has been like. So we're heading into summer. So maybe you're reviewing the winter, spring, the springtime, and what that has brought to you. You're being really called to deepen yourself, to deepen your understanding of who you are, how you work, what your needs are, what growth you've had. And if you don't take the time to pause and reflect, you might blow by some of these milestones. Then when you reemerge, it shows that you're going to reemerge with so much clarity, so much direction, and so much confidence in how you communicate to other people and how you share this experience. So if you think about the reading for the collective, it's really aligning with you too, that the clarity will come at the end of the month, the mid to the end of the month. And we want you to just lay back, reflect, review, so that when you do come out of this little bit of a hibernation mode, you are very clear and you are ready to take action. All right, then we have Virgo. Please be clear. We have a lot of similar themes here. All right. It seems like everyone's starting the month hazy. So every single card that I've pulled, or for every sign so far, we're starting the month hazy, just like with our Virgo friends. We have the 7 of Cups, we have the Star card, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So here's the deal. If you're starting the month out hazy, again, where it doesn't seem like any direction is going to bear fruit in the way that you're hoping, or it seems like everything has a catch, or there might be a little bit of confusion or a lack of direction, hang tight. The star card here is telling you you're in the right place at the right time. Even if it's not time to make that change or take that action, it says keep your eye on the prize, on the long-term vision. And towards the end of the month, you're going to be making some moves regarding your physical life, whether it's with work, home, your body, your health, your well being. And any changes or steps that you make or the direction you decide to go in will be based on prioritizing your physical well being, and not from a place of lack, but from a place of receptivity, of nurturance, of taking care of yourself. And so that's the lens that you should be making these decisions from. And so that clarity will come with you to you, just like with everyone else, towards the end of the month. All right, Libra. Please be clear for Libra. All right. Great. Again, momentum at the end of the month. Oh, great. We've got the Three of Cups, we have the Two of Swords, and then we have this Magician card. So it shows that, and some people are going to be starting off the top of the month confused. You're not. You're going to start off the beginning of the month feeling really uplifted, really celebratory. It's a great time for you to be social, hanging out with friends, people, like being around people that make you feel good and make you feel uplifted. Now, you will sort of stall out a little bit in the middle of the month. That's when for the collective, we pulled that Two of Wands, that split path. For you, the Two of Wands sort of ends up like the Two of Swords, where there's like two competing ideas or notions that are keeping you kind of stuck. They're sort of equal weight as you're sort of weighing what it is that you want to do. When you feel stuck, it's okay to just chill, because it's showing this Magician card, that impetus to take action, to activate, to take these ideas and make them into a reality with a sense of clarity and purpose comes towards the end of the month. So enjoy the top of the month when you're feeling social and excited. Chill out if you feel like a little stuck mid-month. And then when it's time to pull the trigger, you will know the direction to go to and when to take that action. All right, Scorpio. Hmm. All right, Scorpio. Yes, this is looking like a good month for Scorpio. So we have the 10 of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and then this Justice card. So it's looking like there's going to be a lot to celebrate regarding finances, work, like some big wins in your material reality. So if you've been stressed about money, if money has been coming tough, hard to come by, or you've been really analyzing your finances or building wealth over time, it shows that there's going to be some breakthroughs in that area. So just chill and just follow the flow and stay open to the abundance that's available to you, and celebrate these wins, and allow yourself to be open to the successes. Then for you at the end of the month, so it's showing everyone else will get that clarity of the path towards the end of the month. Scorpios might be the exception. It's showing that some of the decisions that you're going to be having to make by the month's end are weightier. They're going to have a longer lasting impact. And so if you are not quite ready by the end of the month to make these decisions, it's okay to keep weighing them and taking your time, because these are really massive decisions. These aren't sort of these more subtle decisions. These are far reaching impact. So if you need a little bit more time to gain that clarity, that's okay. It's saying to use your wits, use your pros and cons, you don't just want to follow your instinct or your heart. We also want to make sure that you're making calculated, rational decisions for yourself and for others. All right, Sagittarius. All right. There's a little slow movement at the beginning of the month. Let's see how you end. All right, Sagittarius, this is going to be an intense month. We've got the Eight of Cups, we have the Seven of Wands, and we have this 10 of Swords. So I just want to mention it is looking like a little bit of a tough month, but I also want to say these are minor arcana cards. These are energies that are situational, that are quicker moving. This is not something that you've got to be stuck in for a long time, but it shows that there's like a stagnancy urgency that you're coming into the month with. You might feel sluggish. You might feel mentally slow. And it's showing that there's some emotional baggage that needs to be dropped in order for you to continue to move forward. But it shows me that you're not quite ready to drop this emotional baggage. You're kind of hanging on to it. And the longer you hang on to it with this 10 of swords, it starts to create issues and dramas and sense of stress for yourself. And so I think in a weird way, these energies kind of have to get you more uncomfortable. You're not uncomfortable enough yet to make these big changes. You might also find yourself feeling very defensive this month, that you have to like maintain your energetic boundaries. You might be sort of like trying to hold on to your position if you're feeling threatened. So I will just say, I want to offer, since this is a tougher month for you guys, let's pull one card that can give you some help. And this isn't much help. I pulled the Devil card as to like what you need to do. It's saying you've got to take care of yourself. You have to know your own habits, your own sort of addictions, the old ways that you do things. And it's this sort of is coming to a fever pitch because it's time to confront those ways, those old ways that are not healthy, that are not helping you. And that's what this Eight of Cups could be emphasizing, is like to really let that go, to break these habits, to break these cycles, to break the dramas that happen in your life. That's what this month is going to be used for. All right, let's see Capricorn. Whoop. What do we have for our Capricorn friends? Ooh. All right, Capricorn. We have a great month for Capricorn. So you're so far one of the only signs that are not going to be starting off the month slow. Actually, you're going to be moving fast with this Chariot. It's a card of momentum, success, lots of good things going in your favor. And we want you to sort of ride that wave. It's showing also, we have the Strength card and the Page of Cups. You also might be called into a place of leadership. You might be asked to show your sense of strength through compassion, through keeping your heart open. And so we don't want you moving so fast that you are sort of frivolous and you kind of blow by people. There's that momentum that we want to keep going, but we want you to stay connected to your heart so that your heart can be in service to this will and this drive and this momentum that you've achieved for yourself. Now, we also want to say that sometimes you might feel out of your depth with what you're going to be asked to do regarding tapping into your emotions and holding space for others and having that compassionate leadership. So it's okay if you backtrack a little bit. You might find yourself sort of in some old patterns, or being a brat, or not being able to almost feel like you're worthy of the position. That's okay. Overall, you're going to really embrace this leadership. You're going to embrace the momentum. And if you backslide just a little, it's just totally normal. So I don't even want you to pay too much attention about that. But congratulations for the success and the momentum that you'll be enjoying this month. All right, Aquarius. Please be clear for Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. Awesome. We've got a lot of family sort of energy. We have this Nine of Pentacles, we have the Hierophant, and we have the Six of Cups. So I would say a couple of things. It's really important to structure your month around family and what is best for your family, and actually also having boundaries related to family and family structure. So it might be that you have to have boundaries with your spouse or your child or your parents or your siblings, but we want to be able to create loving boundaries. This isn't to be rigid. It's actually so that you can love and relate to each other better. It's saying to make these key investments into these relationships, and maybe even restructuring some of these relationships so that you can sort of have a healthier way of relating to family than you have in the past. It might also mean that you have to sort of confront some lingering issues from the past, or people from your past that might have caused some of this disturbance or caused like these lack of boundaries historically. But this is really up to you to create the family relationship and structure that you feel comfortable with in a loving way. This isn't kind of the energy of cutting people out of your life. Instead, it's more of like a reorganization or a renegotiation of how some of these relationships work. All right, Pisces. Let's see what we've got here. All right, Pisces, this month is about getting really clear about work. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Judgment card. And what I am seeing here is to think about how you can either have a new kind of work or approach your work in a new way that aligns more with your intuition, your emotional, like where you want your heart energy to be directed, your sense of integrity, values, and how you want to make an impact in the world. If you are not in a line of work that feels impactful to you, that's tied to your sense of purpose, now is the time to start making some of these shifts. If you can't just pick up and leave your job, it's time to start making plans, to start thinking about things. And instead of thinking about all of the ways it would be hard to make these changes, it's like, how can I make this happen? It will pay off in the long run. Let's just say then you're like locked into your work or you don't want work to be your source of purpose. It's saying that you need to come up with something else. There's a lack of purpose or feeling of meaning in your life that's going to start to mount. And so we want you to start to align yourself with purposeful activities, ways that you have impact, way that you can leave a legacy in the world. All right, Aries. All right, Aries. 1, 2. Oh my gosh. So Aries have a very similar, two of the three cards from the reading for the collective. We have the Three of Wands, we have the Two of Wands, and then we have this 10 of Swords. So this is really important for you to continue to think about what you want for yourself for the long run. Again, I've said this a couple of times because I've pulled this card a few times today. We don't need undue outside influence. It's time to get clear on your own what you want to strive for in the future. It's showing that you might have a couple of options ahead of you that both feel important. And it's showing that you might actually be adverse to making some of these changes. The thought of making these changes or taking these leaps or going out on your own may cause stress, anxiety, nervousness, and you're kind of making it seem bigger than it is in your mind than it actually is. So I'm going to pull another card. What do they need to do? With this Three of Cups, you need to get out of your own head. You might need to talk to some friends. You might need to have some just like recreational time and not put so much pressure on yourself and see where you end up. But we don't want you to sort of have analysis paralysis or have like a debilitating level of stress trying to figure out the direction you want to head in. All right, last but not least, Taurus. I hope that you guys all had a happy birthday since the last reading. Please be clear. Ooh. All right, Taurus. This is wonderful. So we have a few things here. Number one, we have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Page of Wands, and we have the Two of Cups. First and foremost, it's time to make really wise, proper investments. And if you've picked a direction to go in or an area of your life to focus and invest in, we want you to see it through. We want you to delay immediate gratification for the long-term success. So it feels like you're on that way. And it's showing me here that there's two things that you need to take into consideration this month. One, how is it that you are going to communicate your passions and excitement to new people who are like-minded? So as you start to sort of create this path forward for yourself and make investments into activities or work or some of these more physical, tangible areas of your life that feel good to you, we then need to take it from an internal experience to an external experience for you to be able to communicate and lead and get people excited about what you're doing and getting them to see you as a like-minded, kindred spirit that they want to join forces with or be inspired by or work on projects with. So it's a really great time to do this. And I'm feeling like this is having to do with mainly the workplace or your business or things of that nature. It's like, how do you keep investing into the work that you're doing? How do you inspire other people to join your mission and move forward? And how do you attract like-minded people to collaborate with? Okay, that is it for the Tarotscopes for June 2024. I hope that you enjoy them, and I'll give you a reminder to listen back mid-month and see how the month is going for you. Thanks so much and have a great month.